We could not let this define who we are. So with that being said, we had to make sure that we use this challenge as an opportunity to think outside the box, to exceed any expectation that would be a guideline, and to learn from it, and to basically stare adversity in the eyes and say, we will persevere in everything that we do at the high school in every which way.
Not a single person on this planet has been able to escape the effects of the pandemic, whether suffering the ultimate loss, dealing with infection, or the impact on and from work, school, social life, what we do every day, every single facet affected. High school athletics includes all of those areas of concern in one. Locally over at Central Catholic, faith is a constant, not just for guidance, but as belief. And it's a principle that goes hand in hand with science, especially now.
I had to tell the coaches, I had to tell the parents, look, I don't want to hear anybody about COVID anymore. The only two people I listen to about COVID is Dr. Fauci and Tim Palmera, our team physician, because they have MDs behind their name. Everything you read, everything you hear, I don't know, I don't believe it, I don't care anymore. Let's just live the day, be as good as we can in this day, and get on to the next day.
Central Catholic football coach Mike Santiago walks the line many leaders have to in today's environment.
Wearing masks, wear them. Just wear them. It's not political. I tell our kids, do it for me. I'm 65. Do it for me. Do it for your parents. Do it for your grandparents. And our kids have been great about it. They've been awesome with it.
Part coach, part teacher, part mentor.
Mike Santiago.
The first football coach ever at the University of the Incarnate Word, Santiago balances all of this with a unique blend of optimism within a tough reality.
You can't worry about the things you can't control. So I go into every day, and the message to our kids, the message to my coaches is, if we get to put a helmet on today, we've won. It's been a victory. And every day we put a helmet on is a victory.
The Buttons have lost 2 football games due to COVID, back on October 16th against Tomball Concordia Lutheran, and this past Friday versus Antonian. A cancellation that stung because of the rivalry. A setback for sure, but only for the moment, given these times.
I remember a coach saying that, we want to win July, we want to win August. And I guess you could say that became our battle cry, is that every week we wanted to win every day. And how do you eat that elephant? Well, a little bit at a time. It was the exact same thing. Every day we went home and said, okay, today we excelled. Today was a day of victory, and tomorrow's a new day, and let's challenge tomorrow and see what we can do. But the willpower of our athletes, even from the underclassmen all the way through 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, they understood that they wanted to have the opportunity to play at Central Catholic High School, whatever sport, everything from the beginning of our camps to strength and conditioning, to have that part of their journey. And here we are today, playing, practicing. We've made it, and now we just have to come full circle.
That's especially true in the case of the school's cross-country team. A season like no other just completed.
At times it seems like it feels like it's going to be overwhelming. You have to take a step back and just make sure that you understand you can only control the things that you can control. And I can control my young men when they're with me. I can reinforce the safety protocols, the hand washing, the sanitizing, the wearing a mask when we're with it, not actively exercising. But it does feel like a lot of times it's pretty heavy.
With all of that, the Buttons finished 3rd at state 2 weeks ago. One of their top runners, Nathaniel Trevino, finished 2nd. Not bad for a program whose priorities shifted because of where we are.
Our goal was obviously everyone stay safe, remain healthy, not just from COVID, but also from injuries that pop up through running.
One season over while others are just beginning. Basketball and soccer practices started earlier this month. The varsity hoop squad opened the season Wednesday. So school officials are into the next sports cycle of the school year.
The answer is finding a balance. Athletics plays a massive role All extracurriculars play a massive role in the health of a child. So we're concerned about their physical health, right? We don't want to expose them to COVID. We don't want to put anybody through that. We want to protect our students, our faculty, our parents, our community. But at the same time, we have to consider what are the tolls of mental health.
There's guidelines, and there's Central Catholic's expectations that are going to exceed those guidelines. And because of that, because we raised that bar, they understand that between the guideline and raising the bar, that's where they're going to grow. That's that aspect of that dynamic.
Short term, the dynamic on campus, pretty interesting this weekend, with the Buttons set to host a playoff game tomorrow at 3 o'clock versus Metroplex area school Argyle Liberty Christian. And while Coach Santiago maybe isn't repeating verbatim what he said throughout the year with a win-or-go-home matchup on tap, his original message in this most unique of seasons still rings true.
If we get to November and we're in this point, we've won. We have all won. We played some part of a season. And all the other stuff it's really bringing sport back to what it really is. Play the game. Let's just play the game and enjoy the game. And all the other stuff is just frills, you know.
That perspective of the greater picture goes beyond COVID. At an institution that's been a San Antonio fixture since 1852. Evolution rooted in principle.
Central Catholic is really about mind, body, spirit. And whether it's in the classroom or on the football field or in the shooting range with ROTC or what have you, those three things are always interconnected. And I think that's the blessing of being at Central Catholic.
Not so much about athletics, it's about a way of life. It's about an education that's going to prepare them for life. I mean, I don't know, and this is true about athletics, you know, being involved in it all my life, you're going to learn life's lessons. And many people can say, yo, I had those experiences. Yeah, you probably did. But because we raised that bar between the guideline and that exceeding to that expectation, that makes us, I'm not going to say better, it makes us different.
For the latest, including analysis and feature stories, keep it right here on SportsTonight.com.